Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes. The party has arrived safe and sound in Newfort, makes their way
Yep.
to a lovely little inn, and beds down for the night, unless you have something that you really want to do.
Van naps Malachi so that he can be done with sleeping in an hour because he seemed a
Uh,
bit paranoid.
I'm all right. Once we're in the inn, I'm all right with sleeping. Save
Okay.
enough. Maybe I'll need it tomorrow.
I said to Malachi, make sure you have some invisibility ready. I mean, they can't follow us if we are invisible.
Yeah. I don't like carrying that many invisibility spells.
We'll see what we can do. Malachi, do you think I should take the free action or the one that lets me fly?
Oh,
Well, if the plan is to run away, then free action would help with the web thing.
That's
But,
true. I believe, Neal, free action stops you from being tied up by like rope or stuff like that too, right? Let me
Good
look really
question.
fast.
Yeah, I don't know that off the top of my head. Sounds like it would, but it also seems ridiculous that a spell would prevent you from being tied up by rope.
Yeah.
But it is magic, so, you know, anything's possible these days.
also, okay. The crossbow first.
Town. What is nighttime in a town sound?
It doesn't specify on the spell. Is there like an amulet of free action that we can look at to see if there's anything on it in that?
Sure. The DMG might have an amulet of free action.
Oh, anyway, when Neal is looking, I also tell one, Van, last time we were in Newfort, not the last time, but with all the cheese haters around, you did something, right? You spoke and you cast something beforehand. Maybe if things go die, you want to do that again.
If they're very hostile, it might be a poor idea.
If you get the notion that the Count does not really believe us, you could, I don't know if he's hostile then, but if you get the notion that, well, he is not truly believing us, you could use it. I mean, I don't know.
If you try and cast any spells in front of him, they'll attack us.
Yeah, probably.
Free action does not stop you from being bound by rope. It'll stop web, hold, sleep.
Okay, so
web, hold,
it's magical
slow, or
magical
water
forms.
stuff. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think I'll take free action. It's probably better than like Windborne will get me over a wall. Wait, there's walls in this town, right?
Oh yeah. It's super wally.
How high are the walls?
Have those notes actually written down somewhere? Walls. Yes. They are.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 25 feet high.
When we came in, how guarded did the gate look?
Pretty guarded. You came in late at night, but someone was still painting a sign by torchlight. They really wanted to get it made. And there were, let's see, 2 people on the outside of the wall, 2 people on top, 2 people on the inside of the wall.
Okay, and how do the gates work? Like, were they thick, heavy doors that probably take a while to shut? Or was it like...
They're wooden doors that pull into the wall.
Okay.
They're heavy, and they might take a little while, but not... You know, like someone can shut them in a matter of seconds. It's not like minutes to close.
But somebody could also open them in a matter of seconds, from the inside at least.
Yeah. If someone were there trying to stop you, it would be easy to prevent you. But if no one was around, you could open the doors without any problem.
Okay. Then I think I'm going to take free action instead of Windborne.
You know, Sean, have you expressed your distaste for the haste spell to me? That you wouldn't want to make you older?
I think I don't know if I did it in character, but I did mention that Van might kill you if you made it a mage.
Yeah, right. I want to know if you've told Malachi that, because otherwise now might be a good time to learn that.
I think Van will be open to it under extreme circumstances. I don't think he's told you either, so you might want to take it.
Yeah.
If it's like an extreme scenario, it might be a good idea. I can always reverse the aging later, too. I actually can. I can reverse magical aging.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but... Oh, no, we ruled without system shock, right?
No, I do have a system shock. It's on the spell. Okay. But there's another spell that I could have another cleric cast on me that would buff up my constitution and make me more likely to survive the system shock roll.
He means that there's no system shock on haste, right? Neal,
yeah.
That's what we said.
Is that what we said?
Yeah.
I mean,
Seems...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little...
I think it makes sense because it mentions haste is because you speed up the metabolic processes, like they literally live faster. Whereas stuff like age person just completely changes their age. It like restructures them into an older person.
Yeah. It's all a little broken.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys sleep the night away.
Yep. Let me grab spells before I post them in chat. I think I'm not going to have naps, so make sure you have spells you want, Malachi.
I've got spells. When we wake up, I'm going to cast Strength on Kai.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know if I really have use for that.
I can't remember what it is. Let me look it up. I know it lasts 8 hours, though.
I think it was a D8 or something.
I think it might be D8 plus... That's just
Is
D8.
it strength or strength of stone?
Strength.
Second level spell, right?
7.
7. Ooh,
Yeah.
That's
It should get you up to 18 plus 10, I think. 18.
1820. 1820 should.
Cool.
Wait, no.
Ooh.
Wait, 1801 to
Yeah.
1850 are all the same, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you're on that.
Okay. So what is the bonus?
For 18-50,
Holy shit.
all things related to it, it is plus 1 to hit, plus 3 to damage,
Nice.
135 pounds, 280
I'm
pounds.
not encumbered. Yay!
Nice.
If you're using the fancy new character sheets, you could just change the strength
Yeah,
on
I
your
did.
sheet,
I
and it
did.
would update everything for you.
I did.
Ah, beautiful.
Nice.
Everything except your bonuses to hit and damage.
Why not, Neal? Why
I'm
not, Lyle?
bump this
Because
up.
there's too many variables, man. There's classes, there's specialization, there's
So-
spells, there's magic items. It's too complicated.
How does it look? How does a person in a strength spell look? Is it like Popeye eating spinach?
No, they don't look any different in the slightest. They completely look the same, which is, I think, the beauty of the spell. You know, you cast strength on a small child, and then you're like, oh, that's only a little kid. I can kick it around, and then the kid knocks you back 15 feet, and you're like, what the hell?
So wait, how long does this last?
8 hours.
Oh my god.
So
Why don't you take that more often?
Because you're usually... Because it's not as good on clerics, and he usually uses a bow.
All
Makes
right.
sense. Let me go and post my spells.
We're at the next day then. So
Yeah, we slept the night, right?
But
Right.
I think we go straight to the count, right?
Yeah, in the morning.
okay, the count is sure enough holding audience. You guys can come in. You're gonna have to wait your turn, as the people that were there first get to talk first.
So I will, take stock of the situation while we're waiting. If we were to make a run, as we're walking up to the throne room, how far of a dash would it be to get back out? And how many guards do we have to pass on the way out through the city?
You notice 2 guards by the, I'm going to call them the front doors to the throne room. Right, so there's 2 there. Then there's 2 behind the dais, back against the wall. There's the captain of the guard behind the chair. And looking around, you notice that, like, back and to the left, there's another guard by another door, and back and to the right, there's another guard by another door. So you count 6 armed guards plus the captain of the guard. And you've got maybe like a couple hours that you have to wait for your turn to speak. So you've got plenty of time to look at the people around you. You notice that there are maybe 30 or 40 different nobles here, 10 of which have weapons. Some of them look like those weapons are pretty decorative. Some of them look like they are used to wearing a weapon at their hip. You judge that maybe 4 or 5 of them are, know what they're
Actual
doing.
fighters.
Yeah, it can be hard to tell, so that number is not perfect, but...
Near the doors to the courtroom, do they open to the inside or outside?
They open into the courtroom.
Okay.
So you could
gotcha.
barricade it from the, to prevent people from coming in. It's like a line of defense. This is a fairly fortified room.
Is the count armed?
That's a good question.
I don't even know
Count
if the count is there.
Soledad Ironhide is armed. Well, he's not wearing armor on him.
Yeah.
But he does have an axe that he spends kind of like he rests his hand on the pommel with the blade side down, and there's kind of like a little small spike at the end of it, and he'll spin it in his hand while he's listening to people talk.
I guess because he's a dwarf and he's older, is he? I don't know. I feel like a dwarf lord is more likely to be able to actually be able to fight. Make you look, or maybe not.
I think the captain of the guard looks more like a threat. Near where there guards outside of the door, in front of the room.
Oh yeah, on the other side of the door are a pair of guards, and then beyond that door there's like a hallway, and then another hallway, then some more doors, and then there's like the front of the keep, and there's guards on the front of the keep, and there's guards on the wall of the keep. So if you were in some sort of situation where you had to make a run for it, in this room itself there's not that many people, but on the way out there would be plenty of soldiers between you and freedom.
Okay, we best let Van speak and not say a word ourselves.
But then again, you hear Tyrus made his way out successfully.
Yeah, Tyrus did it.
And if Tyrus can do it, you guys can do it, right?
Probably, to be honest. Like, yeah, he's a level 50 fighter, but like, we have a level 8 wizard.
Yeah, well, fool me once, shame on me, or whatever it is.
That's
the
true.
cunt is going to be more prepared this time for this kind of thing. I refuse to believe he's that stupid to think that he's just going to be able to. I mean, if he wants to arrest us, if that's what he's doing.
I mean, we could always take him hostage.
He has a giant cage above the door. Ready
Or
to
whatever. I put my faith in Van to talk us out of it.
Alright.
Okay. If we can't get the proper...
3 actions level 4, is it?
Yeah.
Is it only rounds per level?
Yep.
Wow. Deal.
That's why I needed to have the code word before you cast web.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are in this big-ass throne room. Your voices echo around as people plead their cases. The first few things are fairly trivial. You know, so-and-so stole, 6 of my sheep, and the guards can't dispute it. And the count asks, what are the sheep's names? What do they look like? And they ask the people different questions. Eventually, it's like, all right, one of you is lying. We don't know which one, so we're just going to confiscate the 6 sheep that you guys can't agree over. If you're going to be dishonest with each other, you're all going to get screwed. So don't be such an asshole next time. And the next person can... go ahead.
While we're waiting around for a few hours then, I feel like if some shit were going to go down, then the guards would be knowing of us. So are we getting sideways glances from like the captain of the guard, and is the count like looking over to us and stuff like that? Are we noticed that we're here, or could we be anyone?
You have noticed that the Count has made eye contact with you guys at different points in time, and the Captain of the Guard has looked at you, especially because you're fairly heavily armed and armored.
Yeah.
The guards have noticed you too. It's probably because Van's in like plate mail.
Yeah, I have like plate armor, and I think Van is used to getting those weird looks from people because he always wears his armor.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
guys
why I
attract a lot of attention, but whether it's because
fine.
they're suspicious of you because of who you are, or suspicious of you because of how heavily you're armed, is impossible to tell.
Yeah, I mean, I have 4 different kinds of weapon on me and a shield.
Yeah.
The group fighter.
Oh, I'll sheathe one of those magic daggers in my or like keep it at hand just to replace my normal dagger.
Sure.
Fine.
Eventually, your turn comes round, and a person speaks up saying, Father Van Helsing, the sorcerer Malachi, and Kine.
And kind.
My
Yeah,
lord?
while we're waiting in line, though, at one point Van wants to mutter under his breath to Malachi. Malachi, what's this guy's name again?
Ironhide.
Soledad Ironhide.
All right. I don't think whatever. Ironhide, got it.
Can't Ironhide, yeah.
and
I
then we
bow.
step forward.
I bow.
Yeah. Van gives a quick bow and says, "Good day, my lord. We were told to present ourselves to you by this Friday."
Excellent. Well, today is Wednesday.
Yes, we spoke to Angus back in Shybrook upon our return. He's the one who told us to come down here. He was told you had something to speak with us about?
He leans back heavily in his chair. I seem to recall us having a conversation with regards to the lot of you overseeing the keep, making sure that no one fusses with anything or steals anything from it until such time as my appointees arrived. Upon their arrival, they were surprised to find that not only were you not watching over the keep, but you had left.
Yes,
On the
we
same
had boarded
night
up the
that
keep.
the fugitive Tyrus left.
Yes, and would you permit me to explain that story to you?
Yes, please.
We boarded up the keep, as we were directed. And you mentioned the other task that you had appointed us with, capturing the fugitive Tyrus fellows.
Mm-hmm.
Upon our arrival in Shybrook, we found that Tyrus was living we found that Tyrus fellows was living there once more. Now, I don't mean to sound overly candid, but I would be a fool to attack him in such an environment. He was there in his office with his ranger friend, most of the town guard. I think only a fool would have attempted any sort of hostile action against him in that scenario. However, we did it. We made our best effort and succeeded in convincing him that he needed to flee Shybrook and run away. We suggested he go north to Rockwave, and that night he vanished. We figured that was our opportunity to chase after him, going up toward Rockwave and capture him ourselves. That is why we left early before your ship arrived. We figured we were only leaving about a day in advance, based on the time frame you had told us that your ship would leave. But we boarded up the keep well in advance of our departure.
Why did you tell him to go to Rockwave specifically?
It seemed like a good place to escape to. Plus, we had intentions to go up to Rockwave ourselves for other matters that were unrelated. It seemed like a good way to kill two birds with one stone.
And when did you learn of his departure?
The night that he left, almost immediately. We were trying to keep tabs on him.
And
We left
how did
the same
you
night.
follow him?
We went on foot over the mountains.
How did he go?
By ship. He left by the docks. He took a small ship with him.
Wouldn't that get him to Rockwave much quicker than you?
Yes, I have some magic at my disposal that can make travel quite a bit faster. We were hoping that would make up the difference.
And did it?
No, it did not. Unfortunately, we were sidetracked by Lucratas along the way, accosted by them in the mountains.
So you gave him warning that he needed to leave town, and then he left
get him
town and
away
you
from-
couldn't catch up to him, and he's just gone.
Exactly. I apologize for that, but getting him out of town, if he had stayed in Shybrook, he was not going to surrender to anyone who arrived. I think getting him out of Shybrook prevented a rather ugly bloodbath from occurring.
He sits in silence with a grumpy look on his face. He seems very displeased by this information.
I apologize that the job did not end to your satisfaction, but there are silver linings to it.
Such as?
Shybrook not being embroiled in chaos as Tyrus Bellows slaughters anybody who attempts to arrest him on the docks.
I guess that's some small silver lining, but on the other hand, we have a fugitive at large who is known for their willingness to kill and their willingness to overthrow the system. Not
If you're
particularly happy about this. What
if
evidence
you're
did you
looking-
find of him in Rockwave?
Some people gave us information that he had traveled up north to Redport.
And did you follow him there?
We did not. I didn't trust our ability to find that man in a massive town such as Redport. I've been there before. Have you ever been to Redport? It's a bit easy to lose somebody in the crowd there. Too many people going in and out on ships every day.
Never send a man to do a dwarf's job.
I apologize, my lord.
I flinch.
Another bow.
Okay.
Well, a lot of you are disappointing.
I'm sorry to have disappointed you so.
Tell me anything. Do you have any other good news to bring?
Good news. Shybrook seems to be much more stable now. Baron Twin Tower has taken command there. At the very least, it seems Shybrook is facing more stable times than after the old Baroness's arrest.
That's hardly saying anything. Fair enough. Get out of my sight.
Van gives a quick bow and walks toward the door.
The guards let you pass, and you are back in the normal, bustling streets of Newfort.
Awesome.
Well, that went quite well.
Yeah.
Good job. Fun.
Sometimes a little bit of humility can disarm a man.
Maybe, what now? Do we head back?
I suppose so. Don't you have some business to take care of in Shybrook now, Malachi?
Might do, yeah. We need to think about Jeeves as well.
Oh, that's true. We need to arrange. We could always take him ourselves. That is a possibility.
We could take him ourselves. I have, I don't know if maybe I could do with being out of town for a while.
I know.
We'll see. Let us return first.
You could always meet up. Yeah, let's do that. You can meet up with Twin Towers and see how his work toward appointing you Baron is going, or just watch him. But,
yeah.
Oh wait, you never told us about the Gaius, did you?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know. Would that be inherently evil, Neal? Like, it's quite evil thing to
I mean,
do.
Van knows that he's trying to take over the barony, but I don't know if he ever
Yeah.
told me about the Gaius. I can't remember.
I feel like Gaius is a little bit underhand. I'll keep that to myself. But,
Okay.
yeah,
So
I
Van
would say
says-
that if Venlin is to come through on his end of the deal, it's probably best that I'm not around while Twin Tower gets the bad news. So
That's true.
maybe us going to Tassel and coming back, but then again, maybe Venlin wants me to be there as soon as he gets back.
You know, I think we can take a quick detour to Tassel. To be honest, Jeeves deserves a good escort on his last journey to Tassel. I'd rather
true.
not entrust his life to some no names.
No, you're probably right. Well, let's should we walk back, or do you want to get another carriage?
Oh, we can get another carriage. It's probably faster.
Yeah.
Combat.
It'll take longer than a day. We've wasted a few hours here already, and I can't cast that same spell again.
Well, why don't we leave in the morning?
Sure.
Why don't we celebrate?
Celebrate not being arrested.
Yeah.
All right. No, I can drink to that.
A heist well done.
Agreed.
So this time we made off with Tyrus Bellows. So yeah, I guess I spend the rest of the day jovial.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys hang out in town, enjoying yourselves, I suppose, and we'll skip to the next day. So everyone pay your monthly expenses.
Oh no.
Who doesn't
I
love
can pay
economics
them.
and dragons?
Oh
I can
no.
pay them myself.
You can pay your own expenses.
Yes.
Where'd you get that
That's-
money?
What a great loophole for Rangers though. You can only have as much wealth as you can carry, so you just convert all of your currency into gems.
Yeah, but I don't have any gems. Malachi
I
is
know.
open. And we still haven't sold the damn treasure.
Yeah.
We can do that in the city's open now.
This is not a bad place to do that. Actually, maybe we should have done that.
Oh, we
last
could
time.
look. We could look into that today. I mean, we were planning to leave this morning, but we could just look into it today.
Yeah. So what do we want to sell?
Let's look into selling those kings and queens crowns, that matched pair that we found up in what was it called? Copper Hill.
Yeah.
Why don't we head to the nice part of the city and find jewelers?
Sure.
And maybe we can... Yeah, you could pay us in gems. It would be way more practical.
Yeah.
You know, we might need to get somebody to appraise it for us before we take it to them.
That's true.
Well, a jeweler would probably be able to appraise it.
That's true. Let's take it to the jeweler. So we'll I guess we meet up with we find a nice jeweler in town and we show him the matched king and queen's crowns. And Van says, if you could give us a quick appraisal on these, I'd be willing to pay you 50 gold for the work.
I see. Make some rolls here, guys. Hold on.
All right. No, we shouldn't sell this at Stromheim because of the recent spook about whether or not the queen's dead. I feel like that might be in bad taste. Responding to somebody in chat there.
Right into the jeweler's shop. You guys walk.
Yeah.
He's got a guard at the door, like most jewelers do. You can't just leave your jewelry shop unguarded.
Right.
And it's just the three of you, plus the guard and the jeweler in here.
Is this the next day, or the same day as we see the count?
Same day as you see the count.
Okay.
So the jeweler takes a look at these crowns that you produce with a bit of a surprise on his face.
From up in Copper Hill, Old City.
It doesn't say anything, just kind of nods absentmindedly. Looks over the crowns, weighs them, goes over to this little bath of water that he has, and like places it in the bath of water to see the the volume of the crowns. Takes it out, dries it, looks over them quite carefully, and, like rests them on the table right in between the two of you. And goes, this is an interesting piece you got there.
Is it?
Quite. This is a human male you're speaking to. Copper Hill, you say?
Yeah, the old city that's
Not
long
Copper Hill,
since
is it? Wasn't it Bronze?
Oh no, Copper, not
Bronze
Copper,
Valley.
Brass Valley. Brass
Brass
Valley.
Valley.
Brass
The
Valley.
old city that disappeared quite a few centuries back.
Never heard of it.
Oh, I'll show you. I'll show him the map.
He takes a look at the map of the place you've marked. Old town there?
Yeah. Used to mine a lot of copper there. We found these in the old mines after fighting a few basilisks.
Well, this here looks like a king and a queen's crown.
Yeah. I figure maybe it's famous. I don't know. There's a lot of shit in those mines.
That's true. Would you know anything about this?
I got
Was
a historian friend. Helps me out with things from time to time. You mind if I call him in on this? This is kind of a...
Sure.
Oh, that's a good idea. I think maybe.
I mean, I'm paying 50 gold for this appraisal. I feel like it's might as well pull out all the stops on it.
Right. Brat, get down here! Eventually some kid comes down from the stairs and he sends him off to go fetch a Madame Layla.
I thought that was the historian at first.
No. The kid runs off while the jeweler offers you guys some tea and some snacks. Crumpets. He offers you crumpets.
Sure.
Yes, please.
Oh. Thought you'd say yes,
Yeah.
please, Nick.
Yeah. Does he have butter?
Yes. Or whatever you normally have on crumpets.
Butter. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know what a crumpet is, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have no idea. We just hear that,
Yeah, it's Yang
Tea-
crumpets.
Mate,
I have no
crumpets
idea what
are
the fuck a
shit.
crumpet is, though.
Holy shit.
Is it-
Crumpets are great. It's like a little pancake thing.
Mm.
Like not a
Oh.
pancake. It's like a little cake that you make in a frying pan. Google
So
it.
it's like a pancake.
No, it's different.
It's
Well,
made out of
it's probably-
flour and the yeast.
It's probably closer to what you call a pancake, actually, a little bit.
Okay.
If you
What the
Google
fuck
that.
do you call a pancake?
Like a crepe is what we call a pancake.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought crepes were flatter and like
Yeah,
wider.
Yeah.
that's what we call pancakes, though.
All right,
Again,
so you get
distracted
some...
with crumpets. Check it out.
You get some crumpets, you get some tea. Eventually, the historian returns with the boy, maybe like a half an hour later. Comes over, a couple of books tucked under his arm. Stops dead in his tracks when he sees these crowns. Almost drops the books. Regains his composure, comes over, and starts paging through one of them. Eventually stops on a page
Wow.
and opens it to you guys. And there you see, drawn on the page, are the two very crowns you're looking at. And he emphatically taps the page, looking, look, it's them.
What happened to
Then-
these?
Van leans in closer to try and find like read the page and see like what crowns are these.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear that the drawings and the crowns in front of you are not identical. They're really close, but there's probably just mistakes that people make. It's not a perfect replication, but they're pretty much the same thing. The inscription on the page talks about how do I have my notes on this? No, not here. It talks about how these crowns, or two new crowns, were made for the king and queen one year back in. I don't have my notes for this. They're lost somewhere. I think they got deleted. Back in like 270 or 250. After the currently the year is 1509. So this was long time
ago. Okay.
And how the crowns were sent from High Castle to Stromheim, but vanished along the way.
Were they lost with anything else?
Yes, it was. There was a large shipment of valuables being brought as gifts that had been gathered from all over the place. Some things had been brought from the Elven land, some things had been brought from Mistrea, but there had been a whole lot of gifts that were being delivered from High Castle to Stromheim. It was considered the greatest heist in history, that someone had made off with the king's crown, king and queen's crown, plus all these wonderful gifts from these other lords from around the world. And someone just made off with it.
And then they got eaten by basilisks, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the basilisks stole the valuables.
Well, I don't know whether we tell this guy about everything else, but when he says that they were lost with a bunch of other treasures, I'll raise my eyebrows and look towards Van and Kine.
Yeah, Kine kind of puts his hand on the elven horn he has.
So, how much would you say that these are worth, and do they still belong to the crown, or are they ours now?
I mean, it's been a century. A millennium.
You are right.
It's been a very long time. I suppose at this point it's finders keepers.
It would make sense for us to give the queen first refusal.
Well, I suppose the pair would be worth somewhere in the vicinity of 10,000 gold.
Yeah, I might be needing a crown myself soon, actually.
I doubt you will need a king.
Sorry, my friend here has delusions of grandeur.
Don't we all? But your friend here actually has one, so I don't know.
That's true.
Maybe he's not so crazy.
Thank you. Well,
so sold as a pair, that'd be worth 10,000, you say? Ish? In that ballpark?
Yeah. He
That's
taps the king's crown. This one's a little more valuable than the other. As you can clearly see by the gemstones all the way around the base.
I don't suppose, I say, turning to the jeweler, you'd be interested in buying these?
Jeweler gives a shrug and goes, I don't have that kind of money. Perhaps I can give you an IOU?
Could you pay us in gems?
I don't have that kind of money.
I figure. Okay.
I say turning back to the party.
I could
maybe
give you a child. Would you like my son?
No, it's fine.
Maybe we're best taking these to the queen.
That might be a good idea. We wanted to go to Stromheim anyways.
Yeah, and if anyone can afford all this shit, it's probably her. And it sounds like it belonged to, at least the crown.
So you want to offer her this?
I'm worried that if we, I thank the jeweler and kind of end the conversation. We take the stuff out of the door, and while we're going down the street, Vance says, I'm worried that if we try and sell it to the queen, she might consider it the crown's property and just try and take it by right.
Well, you're right. That could happen.
Did you chip out the 50 gold?
Yes, I already discounted it.
Maybe we should just keep hold of it in Shybrook for now. If things move the direction that I want, we might be in a better position to negotiate with the queen.
Sure. Something else we could do. We could use those crowns as trade. I mean, it's 10,000 gold, right? We might not be able to get that in liquid assets. We might be able to use that for a very large trade, though.
What do you even want to buy?
I don't know.
What were you gonna say, Kai?
Maybe we want to sell some of the other stuff then. If the crowns are worth so much, the other stuff is probably the jeweler.
Sure. Oh, the other stuff is made of gems, right?
The statues of the god were, I think
they were gem inlaid, I believe.
Look, I really feel like this collection is worth more together than individually because it represents a historical event.
Sure, but I think we're going to have a hard time finding somebody willing to dish out, the 20,000 gold pieces that the whole set would cost.
Well, it's almost invaluable to the crown.
Yeah,
That's true, but I'm worried the crown would just take it without paying.
Yes. I think the queen would likely demand the items. Maybe ship out a finder's fee of maybe half, not even half the worth of the items, and have us be on our way.
We could tell the queen that we've spoken with a dragon who has these items, and that we could return them for her at great reward. And then we just go out and get
A
drunk.
dragon might be a bit excessive, but we could talk about it being guarded in the lair of some monster.
And then we go and get drunk for a couple of weeks to come back and say that we recovered it.
That's true. That could work.
That could work. No, but I don't know. I feel like selling these to some random. No one person's going to buy everything. So then we split it up. It's not worth as much as it should be. And I
don't know. Then you said this whole your spells said something. This whole pile is something worth between 5,000 and 15,000. So the crowns
somewhere within 50% of 9,000 gold. So up to 14,000 total.
Well, we already know this.
The crowns are already
the bulk of it. The chess set is a good chunk of it too. I know that.
Yeah.
The chess set is worth at least 1,000.
It's a lot of gold. What do we want to buy though?
I mean, we don't have to sell the crowns, but a little bit of money would be nice. Especially, I need some. I'm not really one who's flush with money.
What do you need gold for?
A few things. The things I don't have the time to make myself.
Do you not have gold?
I got my pouch. I already subtracted my monthly cost, so I have 13 gold, 8 silver, 8 copper.
I already planted my gold coins in the ground. I'm growing my new money tree.
Basically, I have no money in comparison to you two.
Well, maybe you do need some gold.
I think gems would be more likely if we speak in those broad, high values.
You know, Malachi, I'm not sure if there'd be much sentimental value attached to an item like the King and Queen's crown is one thing, but a crystal chess set. I understand that it was once a gift, but it's been a millennium. There might not be much sentimental value attached to these gifts anymore. In fact, it's likely they don't even know what nation sent what gifts.
But it's a story, right? It's the greatest heist in the history of Meridon, and we've recovered the heist.
Maybe we shouldn't go to the Queen. I mean, do you guys know of another person or creature who likes valuables? Maybe.
The dragon.
Maybe
that's not a bad idea.
Would be interested in the crowns and
the gold dragon.
Yeah, the one that we spoke to before. Might be willing to make a trade.
Oh, I thought you guys were going to try and give it to a shadow dragon in the mountains.
Oh, wait, was that confirmation that there's a shadow dragon in the mountains?
No, but anytime you guys talk about dragon, I automatically assume it's...
Yeah, I thought about
that's a good point, though. The gold dragon might be the only person in the world that would sell as a magic item.
It might also be willing to... it might also be one of the only things wealthy enough to make the trade.
Yeah, that's actually... No,
I think that's a decent idea. It's right outside of Stromheim, too, so it wouldn't be too far out of our way. We're planning to head up that direction to take Jeeves to Tassel.
We could bring Jeeves to Tassel and then make a beeline to the dragon.
We could go speak to the dragon. If that doesn't work out, then maybe we could try going to Stromheim.
Yeah, we can. I like this idea.
I like the idea, too.
I heard a tale, by the way, about dragons. They like gems, or valuables, and they like them as offerings. So maybe next time we could offer him a gem or some gold before we...
I have some bloodstones.
Trade.
Well, we could give him one of the items for free, and then ask him to make trade with the rest. Maybe the sword.
The sword. The shiny sword.
Yeah, the glowing sword. The magic sword.
It's probably the least valuable of the lot, wouldn't you say?
Probably.
Yeah. Or one of those horns, maybe.
Not the least. I have a list of what's valuable and what order somewhere, but I can't find it.
King's crown, Queen's crown, statues and chest set are about the same.
Sword. Oh, okay. Never mind. I do have it listed then.
Yeah.
Then goes sword, with the sword being more valuable than the scabbard, then the painting, then the horns, then the amulet. With the Amulet of Veracity just being like a standard amulet.
Yeah, it's worth like 10 gold.
Is there gems on the horse?
Only Malachi and Van know that the sword's blade will eventually disappear in a few hundred years because I could use it.
The horns don't have any gems, but they've got like metal inlaid around them and engraved in them.
Yeah,
Precious
but
metal.
I have one, so.
All right, let's do that then. Let's head back to Shybrook, collect Jeeves, head to Tassel, and then go and visit our friend the dragon.
Sure. So I guess we stay one more night and then we head out the next morning with a carriage.
Oh,
Van will make those arrangements and he'll cast Unfailing Endurance so we can make it in one day.
Oh, Jeeves.
So I guess we're staying the night, then going tomorrow morning.
Okay. You guys head out the next day after having spent 2 days in lovely Newfort.
Yep.
No one comes to kill you. There are no attempted assassinations.
That's good
No
because
one
I still
tries
have
to
a lot.
jail you.
I am loaded on anti-people spells right now, so it's a good thing they didn't try it.
I mean, I need hit dice XP.
I'm saying it's good for them, not for us. I have multiple hold person spells memorized right now.
Okay, and you guys head back on foot or by carriage?
By carriage. So we arranged for a carriage. That's why we're staying for another day. And I have Unfailing Endurance, so we can just do the one-day trip.
Oh, and I lose my strength. Aw.
Okay, you pay, what is it, like 3 gold for the carriage ride to Shybrook. And it is an uneventful one. And so we'll just fast travel you guys back to Shybrook. You arrive late on Friday the 2nd.
Okay. Let's try and arrange for a quick exit out of Shybrook because I believe we mentioned we'd speak with the Baron when we got back, but we should probably get our personal business out of the way first.
Maybe I should go and check up on him though.
Might be a good idea.
I'll that night, Neal.
That night?
Or that evening. I want to do some invisible spider spying on the Baron.
Sure.
I'm not gonna
So you
risk
guys
everything.
arrive into town pretty late, well after dark. Most of the town is shut down already. So the gates to the keep are closed. You can go ahead and invisible and spider and all that fun stuff around as needed.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to go into loads of detail of where and how I do it, but I'm just trying to maybe spy on him at dinner, but just sort of see if he looks unwell, see what he's up to.
You guys are here well after dinner. You might be able to find him in his chambers, or maybe he's in some sort of parlor or something like that, but you guys arrive definitely after supper time.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll be a bird, and I'll, land on some windowsills, and then if I find him, maybe I'll try and spider into the room and listen to him.
You don't find him. You pop over to his bedroom. It's dark and empty. You pop around to some of the other windows that look in on rooms where people might be, and you don't see the Baron anywhere.
I'll go and check the main temple.
The main temple of town?
Yeah, where the priest that sometimes Van goes and speaks to us.
The temple is closed. Well, I guess it's closed for the night. You can open the door if you were a person and walk in, but they close the doors just to keep the riffraff out. I guess not to keep riffraff out, but just keep the doors closed. You can open them if you need, but
okay. Then I don't know. I won't bring it up. I'll just go back to my room and go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Shadow Baron.
Next day, the party's all gathered together.
Yeah, so we're gonna arrange for a carriage to take us all up to Tassel with Jeeves.
Yeah.
Making us stop in Stromheim along the way because that's on the way, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to stop before. Maybe we want to.
Do you want to do it after we drop off Jeeves? Oh, it is not on the way. So let's just go to Tassel, then we can bounce up to Stromheim.
Okay. So Shybrook's down here. Oh god, don't crash on me. Shybrook's down here. Tassel's on the far side. It's going to be by carriage 1, 2,
with Unfailing Endurance.
5,
Yeah, I'm failing endurance, Neal. So
On the way out of Shybrook, Neal, I want to ask the guard on the gate. The Baron didn't leave recently, did he?
On the way out of Shybrook?
Yeah.
Well, there's no guard on the gate because there's no gate.
Okay.
Because Shybrook doesn't have
Yeah.
a wall. But you can go ahead and ask around town if the Baron has left.
I'll ask in a tavern rather than ask a guard.
Yeah.
So, just he hasn't left north.
You haven't
from
heard the
Connar, has
news?
he? I haven't. No.
Oh, well, my lord, the Baron took off a couple days ago. Split town.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Left a message proclaiming you his successor.
All right. Well then,
The peasant stands up, takes a few steps back, gives you like an overly showy, somewhat condescending, mocking
Nice.
bow, and goes, "My lord Malachi."
I'd watch your tone, peasant.
Oh, come on. Man's just crazy. Crazy as a loon.
Well, somebody's gonna look after this town.
Oh, you don't really think it's gonna be you, do you?
Will you wait and see?
Say, you didn't have anything to... You didn't, like, threaten him or anything, did you? You didn't
Well,
have anything to do with this spoof.
You think I'd tell you if I did?
I suppose not. Suppose
Wouldn't
not.
end well for you, would it?
His joking, jovial tone quickly disappears. He mutters some lame excuse about having to go see a person and quickly exits the bar.
Well, that's an interesting turn of events. I best go and speak to Landslide.
So wait, were you with us for that, or did you just go off on your own?
Yeah, I think I tried to speak to the guy in quiet while we were in the half pint, and then he made this big show.
Okay.
Then I guess
So you come back and Van says, "My lord,
Yes.
should you maybe you should go to the keep. Just walk right in, sit on your throne."
Yeah, I might. Do you want to sit with me?
I go to Malachi. What did you do?
Look, it's just best
What
left.
did-
I didn't threaten him. I just showed him his options.
That comes pretty close to threatening.
No, well, okay. You wouldn't understand the details, but I can assure you that there was no threats involved.
Test me.
You know, kind. Sometimes magic doesn't tell people what to do; it just points them in the right direction.
Look, let's be honest here. We all know, even if no one else does, that this town's doomed unless somebody takes the threat to the south seriously. And I've spoken to enough nobility now to know that not a single one of them want to believe what we're telling them. So,
Well, the count was taking it kind of serious.
indeed, but not as serious as I'll take it. So well, you had the conversation with Fenlin. Things go well in Stromheim. You two might be in for a job.
Malachi, I think we might want to stick around for a few days before we go. Have you go to the
Yeah.
keep, see if you can solidify some power here.
No, I think that's probably in our best interests. Let's what time is it now, Neal?
It's morning. We just got up, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we were going to arrange for a carriage, but I guess we'll wait on that now.
Well, this is the night before though that we first find out, right, in the tavern. Is it?
I thought it was the next day, but you can have done it that
Okay.
previous night. Doesn't matter.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the morning then. Well, let's. Should we go together?
Sure.
Sure.
So I will. If it's the next day, let me just finish my spells.
Right. So this is
Then-
Saturday the 3rd.
Maybe
I
it's a
don't-
good thing I kept all my people killing spells.
Oh, fuck,
I don't know if the
fucked up my
count
spells.
will. I don't know if the count will be happy. No, he won't be happy to hear that. Not after we told him everything that's going fine in Shybrook because and Twin Towers did make order to the town.
I didn't make any comment on Twin Towers. I just said it was probably more stable than without a Baron.
Well, let's. So I attempt to just walk into the keep.
Right. You get to the gates. There's the soldiers there. They see you coming, and it is awkward.
Should I do the speaking for you, Malachi?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
My apparently Lord Malachi would like to request entry to his to what is now apparently his keep.
Does the Lord request entry? I think he can just command it.
They exchange uncomfortable looks.
Look, I know this seems weird to you, but when the Queen's men get here and confirm that this is happening, you're going to look pretty stupid if you didn't do what I said. So I'd suggest you open that door right now.
They open the door.
Okay.
That's right.
You should
You
just
guys can-
summon a shadow monster and have it guard you to make a better impression.
As the
Tell-
gate opens, the gatekeeper, the newly appointed gatekeeper, comes walking over across the yard towards you. See if I can find my notes on who the gatekeeper is.
Oh shit, we need to talk to the Chancellor.
Yeah, that's why, yeah. We need to talk
Oh,
about
God.
Isn't he in the keep?
Yeah, he is. Unless he left recently. You know, Malachi, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to keep this position while the guy's walking over, but really rub it into Angus's face as long as we hold it for now.
Just anyway.
Well, it depends. It depends on Venlin whether he really is who he said he is.
Yeah, hopefully he follows through.
Hopefully.
The gatekeeper says something to me, does he know?
Yes, he does. I'm just trying to look up his last name for you so he can properly introduce himself. He is...
I think Kain has just given up and just goes along with it.
You know,
This is happening.
His name is Brax Shipwright. You probably heard his name around while you were in Shybrook before, the newly appointed gatekeeper that Lord Twin Towers had made. He comes over in your direction
Yep.
and stops a good 10 feet away from you in the middle of the yard. Well, this is, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm here to hold court. So why don't you go and see if there's any peasants that need my attention, and I'll go and get set up in there.
Despite the wishes of the Baron who abdicated his position, you are... seems very uncomfortable by this. You are not acting Baron of this land. He does not have the authority to promote someone or place his successor. That authority belongs to either the Queen or to Count Ironhide.
and who is to run the keep in his stead then?
Chancellor Landslide will be overseeing things until such time as a new Baron is appointed.
May I at least meet with Chancellor Landslide?
I believe that would be in everyone's best interest, yes. Follow me.
Look, I'm gonna... Okay. Venlin didn't want people to know that the Queen was involved in this. So I guess I can't say that. But
So you, he takes you to Chancellor Landslide, who is currently talking with a bunch of other people. But upon seeing you, they are all dismissed quickly, and the five of you, the gatekeeper stays around, are stuck in this room by yourselves.
We're back from Newfort, as you requested.
So Landslide leans against a table. He's a dwarf, so he leans against it and kind of like sets his chin on the table. Almost, his beard's resting on the table.
Yeah.
I suppose you've heard word of the Mad Baron's panicked flight in the middle of the night.
well, I have heard, yes.
Madman.
Well, I can lend some context to his tale if you wish.
Please do.
Well, I've told many of your kind before. I can't remember if I've spoke with you personally about this, but I know that I spoke to Baron Twin Tower at length. And I'm not sure how much the Count has told you. I'm not sure whether you're in the loop on this. But there's a grave threat in the Shadow Mountains. And like I said, I spoke to Twin Tower at length about what was coming, and well, this does seem a tad drastic. I suppose he wasn't up for didn't want to risk it, and wants to put someone in charge who knew what they were doing. So here I am, I guess.
I actually never thought of that. That might explain things.
Yeah. He was very scared, and he was about the only one who believed me.
I just found out the news myself. It's a bit strange, but I suppose with that line of thinking, the Baron's actions make a bit more sense. Have you heard of the curse, or not just the vague notions of the curse of the Shadow Mountains? Have you heard of our investigation into it?
There are rumors floating around that a lot of you believe there's some sort of monster ravaging the people that live below the Shadow Mountains, some sort of invisible stalker that no one can see, yet can destroy entire villages.
I could show you the things we uncovered, the discoveries we made, if you would like.
No
tomorrow,
time for a hike.
It would.
Oh no, I
shake
can
feel
show
very
you
cool.
myself tomorrow if you'd be permitting me to cast a spell. I would need a day to be able to prepare it, but I could show you firsthand the experiences we've seen tomorrow.
Now, Van, that might be above. What is it? Landslide might be above his pay grade.
He starts to grow red in the cheeks.
I think
Listen.
Kain just
Go ahead. What does Kain do?
Kain takes a step back and kind of tries to blend in with the wall.
Now
No,
listen
I'm-
here, you little shit. Just because a man goes insane speaking about demons from the beyond coming and telling him what to do, don't mean it makes it so. Man's clearly touched with fever, has a problem. He's a sick person, and it is wrong for you to be exploiting his madness for your own personal gain.
Well, I didn't make him say what he said. I wasn't even
No
here.
one accused you of that.
So how am I making I'm just doing what the Baron requested, am I not?
Coming in and trying to... He's a madman. His words are completely meaningless.
Is
So
he?
you ma-
He's
so
still
you
a
made
Baron,
me.
is he not?
He abdicated his position. He has no more authority here.
Well then. Whilst we wait for official word from Stromheim, I suppose. I'll be waiting. Landslide. But you should learn to take a joke. That's twice that you overreacted. If you want to know what's in the caves and what we've seen, my head cleric here will show you.
Already started.
He seethes.
I'd be willing to show you tomorrow. Van's like trying to stay decidedly neutral in this conversation.
I shout over to like a maid or something. Maid, can you prepare us a few rooms? Thank you.
He slams his hand on the table and says, I must insist that you leave the keep at this moment. If the queen or the count wishes to install you as baron here and promote you from your plebeian rank to that of lord, I will find you and let you know. But until such a time, remember your place. You are the son of a trader and an apprentice to a shopkeeper. You do not have any claim to this throne.
Angus, I won't forget this. I'll leave.
So, you never gave me a straight answer. Do you want me to cast that spell for you tomorrow or not?
He waves you away with a hand.
I'll take that as a no.
These...
You can use your words, They're quite easy to come by, I find.
Get out!
Another fool. Well, let's carry on with the original plan. It sounds like we need to wait for Van
it might not be a bad idea for you to wait here in Shybrook, Malachi. I think a carriage ride up to Tassel would be easy enough.
You think wait for Van?
Well, I think it might reflect poorly on you as a potential new baron if you were to be missing from town when your appointment were to come.
I would feel...
Well, the people of the Queen are Until news reaches the Queen, it could take quite a while.
That's true. Actually, as we're walking out the keep, I walk back down the hall to Angus and I say, "Has word been sent to the Queen about this? Have you taken care of that?"
He has since shut the door to the room that he was in.
Okay, I open the door.
He looks up from what he's doing, furious in the face.
I say, "Have you sent word to the Queen yet?" One sec. Sorry about that. Have you sent word to the Queen yet?
The proper authorities have been informed of the abdication. Father Van Helsing.
Very well. Just wanted to know if we needed to send a letter ourselves. And then shuts the door again and walks down the hall.
I would feel sad to let Jeeves go without seeing him off personally.
You could see it. I mean, you could see him off at the carriage. Say your goodbyes there, and we could take him to Tassel. I'm remiss to travel dangerous lands without you, Malachi, but I think we can handle this one.
Did you cast Stone Skin on Van again?
No, not yet.
But we'd be leaving tomorrow, I imagine. I imagine you can probably handle yourself here in town, and I think we can handle ourselves on the road, at least up to Tassel.
And Malachi, please don't kill a street full of people again.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you think that's for the best, if you think you'll be all right, then
I mean, it's up to you. I'm making the suggestion for your sake. I think it might not reflect well on you if you were to be absent from Shybrook before your appointment.
You're probably right. I do need to be here when Benlin returns. All right. Very well. I'll see you back here.
All right.
Well, you leave in the morning. I'll meet you. I'll meet you outside the Half Pint to say goodbye to Jeeves.
Sure.
Break time?
Yep. Why don't we go to break?
All right.
We'll see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.